Keep your fingers out of your nose. I don't want to end up in either your or Claire's lap. But if I had a choice, I'd pick Claire.
One of the items on their menu was shut 'em up dogs. And they were hush puppies. And they had some cages.
Would you make Jay mad?
Yeah.
Sitting there with his arms crossed?
Shut 'em up dogs. Uh-oh, here comes Mister. They treat it right there by the be careful what you say.
We thought maybe the guy would.
Oh, I was hoping you would too, but then they'll let you do that. They're not now though.
Maybe Kenny can, well, we were gonna get it down the day where they were gonna sting it.
Right.
Hattie.
Hey,
I haven't heard you back there. You're waiting for the way back. On the way back. Thanks for that photo, brother. Hey, how are you? Good, all right? Good, good to see you. Good. You're all right?
Yeah, I've been cutting up and having a good time, baby. Woo-hoo.
sometimes it'll move and I used to work a lot with one thing. And sometimes, and it's flat and sometimes they're about to chicken 23 flights of steps.
Really? That's crazy.
It is.
Oh, good. Look at that inside. Come on, take a picture. Want me to take one of you? No. I want to take a picture now.
You're fine, don't worry. Hey, if there's a ladder involved, I want to be on it.
No. No ladder. Room by the chicken. Come here. Hurry. There's room by the chicken. There's room by the
because now they're being used as prisons. Now, if you can put your Civil War cap on, if you have any buffs in here, why don't you want thousands of Union soldiers in Richmond, Virginia? It's the capital of the Confederacy, so you're making your capital a target. So General John Winder, who was head of those Richmond prisons, sent his son Sidney Winder to scout out South Georgia and South Alabama to find the perfect prison location. And in his diary, he wrote, "Traveled all night last night and landed in the morning at Macon in Georgia, making about 90 miles last night. About 3, we arrived at our destination. There's about 17,000 men here in camp in one of the most meanest, dirtiest places that a human man was put into. The men here now get enough to eat, but some of them have actually starved to death. About 25 to 30 men die every day. The place where we are now is Andersonville, Camp Sumter, Georgia." To maintain that portion of the prison site. So that takes away 5 acres of space, and the deadline takes up about 3 acres of space. So our original 16 and a half is more like 8 acres with 26,000 people. And when they expanded by 10 acres. So now we have 26 and a half acres minus 5 for the swamp area, and now minus 5 for the deadline area. We're back at 16 and a half acres with 33,000 people. So your living space is the size of a king-size bed. So that's your bedroom, your bathroom, your kitchen, your living room, and your backyard. All in that king-size bed area. And that's if prisoners are spaced out evenly. But we know from name tag they had a number assigned to them, and that number corresponded to their name, which was also written on the headstone. So their number was the only thing on the headstone, but their name was in the log. And so here we are on the expanded portion of the prison site. So this whole uphill here is that 10-acre expansion. So
Like prisoners who were from one state all kind of stay together.
That's a
why
really good
those
question.
monuments are like that?
yeah, and we're gonna pull over this parking lot up here. So the question was, did prisoners of certain state or regiments congregate together? And the answer is yes and no. So Wirtz divided up the prisoners here into squads, and each squad had about 90 men in it, and you were assigned a squad. So he didn't assign you based on state or regiment, just basically, oh, this squad had 60 deaths, so the next 60 people go to that squad, essentially. But you can trade in and out of your squad just as long as you let Wirtz know where you're at, because you do roll call every morning. And what Wirtz does is he's only in charge of prison discipline and ration distribution. History makes him out to be in charge of the entire prison operation, and he's not. He's only in charge of what's happening inside the 4 walls there. And so by his orders, your entire squad needs to be there for roll call, even if that person is dead. They better be laying there with their name tag on them. If someone isn't available for roll call, that means somebody has escaped. And so your entire squad doesn't get food for the day. So again, he's withholding available rations from prisoners of war as a form of punishment.
Unless one was there, it's hard for the mind to grasp the magnitude of this hell on earth.
Confederacy picked Andersonville for the location of the prisoner of war camp in late 1863.
We're composed of bounty jumpers and natural-born thieves, ruffians. The cavalry men 5 to 20, armed with sandbag clubs, tough pine cones, brass knuckles, dirk and boom knives, and carried pine roots, which have sharp points which have been part of the consistency of ebony in slow fire.
Who lost part or all of themselves to Andersonville's horrors and deprivation. But these 475 acres represent more than a particular place or a particular time. As the national memorial for all American prisoners of war, Andersonville is an echo resounding the spirit of those who believe in their country, in their battles, and in virtue.
Struck with running over. Actually, I witnessed people being buried alive.
As the heavy wooden door closed behind us, my heart sank within me, and such a sense of utter and hopeless desolation crept over me as I hoped never to feel again.
Barracks, we were able to build a fire till we run out of bunks. And when we run out of bunks, we didn't have no more fire.
7 men would lay across, and then 6 men on top of them, and 5 on top of them, and 4 on top of them. And then every 15 minutes we would shift positions so that we could all share in keeping our bodies warm.
Lots of guys, they do with their toes and we had to break everybody to get frostbitten.
I'm very hungry.
To have resistance.
And of course the other thing was that we dreamed about having a glorious meal someday.
That was the main thing of eats.
But I spent, 6, 8, 10 hours a day thinking about what meal I was going to cook myself when I got home. I had this obsession with eating chocolate.
I think one of the favorite dreams of food was having a large waffle covered with ice cream.
You sing every song you know, you go through every musical you remember.
You remember things you had totally forgotten. You can remember, because it's all in your head. You would roll up on either side of the airplane. They did victory rolls, lit their afterburners, and went straight up. And everybody was pumped in, and we knew we were safe.
And as we began to come up, we could see on the horizon the tail of a C-141. Actually, it's still a pretty emotional time, thinking back on it. But I can't even tell a story.
I guess I did what 99% of people did. They got out and got down on the ground and they kissed the tarmac up there.
When I arrived there, I called my home, which is about 25 miles away. And within a half hour, some of my people were there.
I come back. I wrote every day. That was the first thing that I did in the morning. I sat down and wrote to John.
In the 5 years I was a prisoner, I got it was either 2 or 3 letters.
We had to all write on a form, and it was only 7 lines long.
My brother and I wrote out 1 or 2 lines, and my mom's wrote out about 3 lines of her own.
It let me know that my wife knew I was alive, the kids were all right, and she still loved me for some reason. When you were tortured very heavily, very severely, they would put you on public display because another word would get out that you were tortured and show the world that you were okay. And that's why I went to this Christmas church service was to be filmed.
And there was a man in that film that was the name we thought might be
Ooh.